Well, Fort McCoy held a tour for some local community leaders today to give them a chance to see what it's really like behind the fences there. News 19's Joe Minnie and Crystal Flintrop were tagging along. Joe, what was the visit like today?
Well, Dustin, we got to see a lot of what the post has to offer, from recreation areas to several training facilities, and there's a lot going on at Fort McCoy, and those community leaders got an inside look.
But this is an invitation for local leaders to come in and see life in the day of a soldier at Fort McCoy.
Not seeing those soldiers living and training year-round on 60,000 acres behind federal installation fencing can leave a lot to the imagination of passersby.
It's great to have those people who have never stepped foot on Fort McCoy, even driven past on Highway 21 and never seen what it looks like inside the gate, to give them that perspective.
Some folks who have lived in the area most of their lives sometimes don't get a chance to see all that goes on at the fort.
They were certainly aware that Fort McCoy is here, and they understand that we do Army training, but now they have a much greater appreciation for the depth of the Army training as well as the phenomenal services that we provide.
Sparta Mayor Kevin Riley didn't realize all that's changed since the time he worked on the post back in the 60s and 70s.
I am just amazed at the modernization and the scope of the modernization. I knew they'd improved. I knew they'd brought in many buildings, but I did not know the scope that they had improved.
Many of those modern buildings are equipped with the latest tech in training today's soldiers, sailors, and airmen.
From simulation to live fire to medical simulation, it's just a whole different avenue of training that we do here to support the Army Reserve, the Army National Guard, and the active duty.
Tenant units, who also provide readiness training and academies for NCOs and the Wisconsin State Patrol, all add to the fort's total force training mission.
We truly are have the ability to do all forms of Army training for all compos and services here at Fort McCoy.
Well, Colonel Pa says the past 2 years with the pandemic and 15,000 visiting Afghan guests were difficult, but also very rewarding. And Dustin, a lot of the lessons learned over that time has set Fort McCoy up for even more training opportunities in the future.
And I've learned, Joe, that you're a pretty good shot there. Thanks. Well, Fort McCoy is looking to add more of these community leader tours in the future, which helps the surrounding area understand how its presence really impacts the Coulee region.